Oh, we are. We're such a big, crazy family, and Elle's grown up, and I feel like Sam and I. There's a moment in this. I can't tell you what it is, but it's a sentimental. And we started crying, and we looked at each other, and we realized we don't know if it was the movie, the acting, or we just really just love her that much, and we're family now. And no, it's very special. It's very special, and now we have a bigger family, and we have this expanded cast and a bigger story, and so it feels like it's just growing, and to be with everybody here tonight is very special. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved Maleficent. When I got a call from my brother saying, I heard there's going to be a Maleficent movie, you have to make a call, because he knew how much I loved her when I was little. And I was so happy when I got the call. It's my favorite holiday. I dye the pool red, I do all that crazy stuff. I love it. It's also because I love the costume and I love wearing it and I love the horns and the cape. And when I make the film, I'm the only one. Well, now there's the Dark Fae, but really her outfit, it's a personal thing. And then when you see other kids and adults sharing in the fun of the same character, you feel very connected, because it's like knowing, you look at somebody dressed in that and you know that you share the same spirit of a bit of wild, a bit of abandon, a little bit of wickedness. So we're like a tribe. For this one, well, there's an expanded story. I think Michelle's just amazing to watch, and it's and I think the Dark Fae, Chiwetel and Ed and everybody who plays as the Dark Fae. It's not often that Disney takes such a known story and allows it to expand in a whole new way with whole new characters, a whole new world. And nobody'd ever really asked the question of what exactly or who exactly is Maleficent, and where did she come from, and now we meet her kind. And it was a very cool day on set the first time I came in, and I wasn't the only one with horns.
I mean, first of all, being here in Hollywood and shutting down Hollywood Boulevard is so iconic. I've never been part of a movie premiere this big before, with especially Angelina Jolie, and I love Disney, and it's just so exciting. The energy is unreal. I wrote a song that was actually inspired by Serena Williams when she decided to wear a tutu, at the Open and at the U.S. Open, and I just felt like she's such a renegade and she's so strong and empowering. So I was inspired by that, and I wrote that song. And the director Joachim, reached out to me and said that he wanted to use the song for the movie, and I was like, oh my god, it's so epic. So. Maleficent is kind of unapologetic, but she's strong, she's fearless, she's powerful, she's everything that I feel like all the women in my life have been, and I'm really lucky to have that, and I think that's why I love this movie so much. October is actually my favorite month. My favorite holiday is Halloween, so it's amazing to be here in Los Angeles during this time. Yes, I mean, what perfect time to launch The Mistress of Evil than in October.
No, it's really fun and it's really exciting, and it's amazing to see so many people out tonight, and they're all very hyped and thrilled and dressed up, some of them, and that's really great, really exciting. Yeah, there's a great sort of combination of her and Maleficent that's happened. I don't know when that happened, but I really felt when I watched the first one, that there was this really beautiful and kind of important thing happening of retelling these stories and re-looking at these character tropes and finding all of those nuances and those differences and subtleties that I think for me, and I was obviously an adult when I was watching it, but I felt like it was something that I was like, if I was a kid watching this would have really had a major impact on me, and the way that I took in stories when I was young was very different to that. It was very binary in a way, and I love the fact that this is about all of that nuance and all of those kind of the characters that you can find all of this empathy for, and understanding of, and I think that's really important. That's a real theme here, just the nature of family, the families that you have, the families you choose, how those things can be in conflict and how they're resolved. I think as well as different communities and how they work together and integrate or not, and what those complications are. And so there are a lot of, obviously it's for younger people, this film, but it's also, there's a lot of things that all of us, I think, can relate to and understand.
Of course it is. This is the, the changing of the seasons. We're around Halloween. This is the time to be deliciously evil, and to explore the light and dark. So that's what we're here to do. I am so excited. I'm always excited to see the movies, from an analytical point of view, just to see how the performance was and how things were. And as soon as I saw that in London a couple of weeks ago screening, I was just blown away. And I said, you know what? I can't wait to see this movie again. This is the second time I'm getting to see it. So I'm super excited to share it with the audience. American audiences are always so vocal, we should say, or animated perhaps. And so I can't wait to hear when they're booing and hissing and laughing and crying perhaps, because it's a pretty emotional roller coaster that we take them on. She has this, playful, mischievous glint in her eye, this kind of naughty energy to her, which is so endearing and kind of delectable, but at the same time, I think there's an undertone in this of strong morality. And really I think that comes from her as well. So, this could have been a movie which was just delectably, deliciously evil. But actually, it's more than that. The moral undertones, the conversations that we're opening up. I think she should take a lot of credit for steering the ship in that positive, constructive, and conscious and progressive direction.
Obviously, I was 14 when I did the first film, and now I'm 21. So a lot of time has passed, but it does feel like we really picked up where we left off in, our relationships. But also, I've grown a lot, of course, had a lot of new experiences. So I think for Angelina and I specifically, our relationship has grown too, because she, we can now talk about things that we couldn't talk about before together. I'm older, so we can drink wine together now. Yeah. She's iconic. Yeah, I think for me it's like the first, Maleficent, the first film. When I got that movie, I remember that feeling of I was so excited, freaking out, so it was a really huge moment in my life when I got the first film, and to be able to do a sequel. I've never done a sequel before, I've never gotten to revisit a character before, so to pick up, where we left off with Aurora in a way, but also to watch her grow and become a young woman, and, that's just a beautiful thing to get to do. And I felt a real responsibility for little girls that love the first film, and to show Aurora grow into a young woman that I would be proud to show them. It's spooky. It's a villain movie, right? So I think Maleficent, she's the best Halloween costume, right? So Halloween is the perfect moment. Yes.
It's so wonderful. It's a dream come true. Yeah. It's just great to be part of a film that people are going to see. That's in itself a miracle. So it's such a privilege. Being an actor is a dream come true, and you're very lucky if you get to act in films and to be around people that see the film and see the reaction. That's the only reason you do it, so that it reaches people and makes them feel something. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Sure. Well, look, first off, it's been the luck of my career to get to work with Disney so many times, and once Joachim told me he was going to be making this movie, it was sort of instant. We got to do this together, and before he'd even shot it, we had ideas and we started thinking about it. So I just get excited to tell adventures. It's my favorite kind of movie to watch. I love fantasy. I love when a movie can take you out of the real world into a new world like this, and who's better than Disney at that? And no one. And so between this or Pirates or Christopher Robin, or these have been my personal experiences, and I've just been blessed by that. So. Of course it is. This is a Halloween movie through and through. It's perfect for that. Yeah. It's also, I think it transcends it too. But this is the right time for this movie to come out. Absolutely.
Yeah, we did. It's lovely, it's so nice to be able to come here and not only watch it with everyone and rejoice, but also celebrate it, because everyone did work super hard. So it's like that, it's like the sort of well-deserved finality of it, And it's always strange when filming something you don't get to see how it's going to be, and then you sort of get to a big event like this where everyone's here and you get to watch it together. So it's cool, it's fun. I'm excited to be here. Yes, it is. Halloween's a lot bigger here than it is in London, so I kind of wish I could stay out here and celebrate it and just have like a month of like Maleficent, like a Maleficent month, you know, like a little celebration of it.
It's a little bit unreal, you know, but it is great to come out there and see all the fans, and they have the horns on and wings, and you know, you see that there is a love for this, you know, universe, and you know, and I sit in a dark room, been in a dark room for a year, you know, so to be out here and so finally see my actors again is also nice, you know, real. So no, it's fantastic. And there's a reason she's incredibly hardworking, you know, and obviously one of the best actors in the world, and you know, but she's relentless, I must say. It's like we spent months working on the script, every little detail, her wardrobe, of course, the angle of the horns, the color of the lipstick, you know, everything is hours and hours and hours of getting it right. And I think that's part of the success, you know, and at the end of the day, we know that we did the best we could, you know, which is great. Well, it's Halloween. It's gearing up for Halloween now, and you know, maybe it's a little bit scary, and you know, I think it fits perfectly into that fall. You know, we're going into the darker period of the year, you know, and I think it's a perfect timing for it.
I am so excited. I mean, it's an incredible film, and it's also an incredible location. And I'm pregnant, I don't know if you can tell, and I really wanted to bring my baby to the Disney premiere of the film I'm in. And so I'm just living the dream right now. I'm really happy to be here. I think Halloween, anytime around Halloween, is perfect for Maleficent. I mean, if you look around and you'll see all of the costumes, everyone's all ready to go. They could do Halloween today. I think it's dark, it's moody, it's a fairy tale, it's got Angelina Jolie in it, that I think it's going to be perfect, and it is a perfect time of year.
This is so exciting to see. They're all dressed up and they're in costume, and it's fantastic. It's so festive. I can't wait to see them all this Halloween, but I suppose they did it. I suppose they've been doing it now for the last 6 years or however long it's been since the last one. Well, you know, she is kind of a force of nature herself, and you know, there's really nobody like her, and honestly, there's just nobody else, honestly, I think, who could have played this part.
Yeah, it was amazing. As soon as I put on the wig and the leather outfit, it felt like I hadn't been away at all. It was just like yesterday. Only Elle wasn't 14, she was 21, and you know, a lot had happened for everyone, but it was great. I was thrilled. Yeah, I mean, you have to, you know, it is a lot of fun. You know, it's hard work for everyone, but we always find time to mess around. I mean, you can't imagine anybody else, you know, and the weird thing is we arrived so early and separately that for the whole shoot, I only saw her as Maleficent, and she only saw me as Dioval. So, it's when we see each other at things like this, it's quite strange. She doesn't recognize me.